Hey, it's Nay, and welcome back to Nay's Little Garden and Home. So, I just did some adjustments to my downstairs area that has all my starts and stuff. So for the past couple days, it has been quite warm. I'm talking like 60s, 70s. So I've been bringing my biggest tomato plants outside and putting them in my polytunnel because the wind was winding. I do have some sad news. Every single one of my broccolis passed. I definitely did not handle the transitioning of them outside very well, so they all passed. So I'm gonna have to go to a greenhouse and see if they have any start so I can get them in the ground. It has been mildly concerningly warm, and everybody around me is kind of like, oh, it's been so lovely, this, that, and I thought. I'm like, it should not be in the 60s to 75 degrees in March. We're in April now, and it's looking, so today is actually around 48, which is what it should be about temp wise. So my tomatoes couldn't go back outside. So I moved I think I told you guys I was going to do this, and I finally got to it. I moved the 2 tiers out of the tent. So now the tent floor is an extra tier, right? And then I put the top on that second tier so that there was lights. So we have the 2 tiers. So now everything kind of fits. My much bigger tomato plants that definitely scrape the lights now are in the tent so that they have all that space to keep growing up. I am going to definitely do too much this year. I'm definitely gonna plant some stuff out a little early if things keep trending the way they're trending. If for the most part we're getting 55 plus degree days with nights being about 35, 40-ish at night, I'm planting ish out in my polytunnel because the polytunnel is definitely a few degrees warmer, and I think that the plants, they might get a little cold at nighttime, but then they're going to make it back up during the day. I believe so. I am not going to plant out all my plants. So I did go ahead and count up all of the starts that I have. And when I said the starts, I'm not counting like things that just popped up because I don't know how well they're going to survive. So for example, here, my Rosella, I have a pop-up of a Rosella purple, and looks like my rose finch is popping up as well in here. But you see how small they are? So I am not gonna go ahead and even include those in the numbers. I still also have a bunch of stuff here. Oh, this bottom is warm. Okay, so it's doing what it's supposed to do. And hopefully, all these pepper starts I had seeded not that long ago will pop up. And if they do, those will also be included in the numbers, but they have not been. I've literally only included plants that are at least about this big. So let's talk about it. For my tomatoes, they have the sort of best results right now, which is 88 plants. Like I said, there's probably more. There's definitely more because I didn't count the smaller ones. But 88 plants, if you're like, girl, you only need a 40 something, yes, but these numbers include the ones that are going in my green stalks, which dramatically jumps up that number. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling pretty good about my tomatoes in one aspect and then not as great in others. So there are some ones that I wanted to have more of that just didn't make it to a decent size that I think they're going to survive now. My mortgage lifter is my highest number right now, and my Dr. Weiss. So my mortgage lifter, my Dr. Witchies, insane. I have 7 mortgage lifters and 6 Dr. Witchies. Dr. Witchies is one of the plants that I wanted to have multiples of, so that is a success. I feel like, I don't know about the mortgage lifter, but after that, I don't have any that have 5. After that is 4, but I have a good amount that have 4, like my Amish place, the Gazantes, the Casa Luta Genovese, the Mushroom Basket, the Thorns Barons Terracotta, which is very exciting. Paul Robeson, which is another exciting one. Inca Jewel, which is a new one for me, but I'm very excited for that. Bush Roma Supremo. The Inca Jewel and the Bush Roma Supremo, I want to give them the best of the best chances. So maybe 2 of them are going to go into my green stock and the other 2 are going to go into a raised bed, and we're going to see how they do. And that's it. And then we have some 3s, we have some 2s, and we do unfortunately have Bonnie Best, as of right now, only has one. Because there's 88 and potentially more like 98 to 100 tomato starts that I'm gonna have, I just don't see the point in even starting some more tomatoes, right? Because on this list, I don't have the Rosellas, the Rosie Finch, the Little Napoli, the a bunch. I don't have a bunch like there's because they're either really small or they haven't even broken the ground yet. So we just don't know. So yeah, I don't see the point in starting any more tomatoes. I think I'm done with tomato starts for this year. Moving on to the peppers. I need to work on my peppers and what I am doing wrong, what I can do better. I have 65 pepper starts. So two people, right, listening, they're probably like, girl, that's a lot. Didn't you only need 50 or 52? Yes. However, I don't have as many of the ones I want to have. Now, I do have, like I said, I started a bunch late. So I'm thinking in 3 weeks, I will have hopefully some good starts. And I've been much better about taking my sweet time potting them up. And they seem to be making it much more likely now that I'm taking longer to do so. The best ones that I have right now are my Gosia de Ora peppers. Now, my concern with my Gosias, I'm going to buy some Walla Waters. My Gosia de Oras are some of the earliest ones I started. I have 5 of those, but they're all like, they're on my biggest pepper starts. They're still not huge per se, but they're getting big. And I only have, I think, 5 or 6 of the bigger pots. So I have some 4, I think I have 4 of the, oh no, I might have more, like 8. I have 4 of the good ones from Botanical Interest, and then I have like 4 or 5 from the Walmart ones. I will go and buy the Walmart ones and uppot every single one of those peppers because I need those Gosia de Oros to survive. I seeded those, really praying that I would get like 2 or 3 plants so that I can get a good harvest from those. And I have 5, and I want every single one of those to survive. The next is the Marconi. I'm so happy my Marconis ended up working out because I was very, well, these sweet pepper, I need to have about 25 sweet peppers, and I have about that. So that's 10. The next one is my Jimmy Nardellos. I also have 5 of those. I'm trying to keep everything living now for the next about 4 weeks. Like I said, I will be doing a little too much and planting some of them out early. The ones that I have excessive amounts of, like the Gosia de Ora, my Jimmy Nardellos, and well, those 2 for sure, we'll be having a couple of them go out earlier because if we don't have another frost, which guys, I'm going to be serious. I'm not really concerned about frost. I'm concerned about cold nighttime temperatures. That is where, in my opinion, the real concern is. Does that mean we couldn't get snow? No, let's be for real. My last frost date is May 5th. So we are about 1 month almost exactly from the last frost. Do I really think we're going to have snow? No. Do I think we can drop down into the 30s in the night? Absolutely. We've been having like 40-ish nights, which is still a little on the colder side, but 30-ish nights is absolutely unacceptable. You get what I'm saying? So, and we're talking in Fahrenheit, guys. So my Gosia de Ora and my Arrows, and then my Arrows. The Arrows are the smaller peppers. So they're the smaller bell, like they're snacking size peppers, but like bell pepper. Like I'm very excited for those. I also have 5 of those. So that's 5, 10, 15, and then 20. So we have 20 already just from the Jimmy Nardellos, the Arrows, the Marconis, and the Gosia de Oros. Then the next one is 4. And great enough, those are also sweet. I have 4 Yellow Monsters, which I'm very, very excited for. But they don't look as good for some reason as my other ones. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So that's my Yellow Monsters. I have 4 of those, and I have 4 of the Fresh Bites Yellow. This is ones that's going in the green stock. I really do hope, we still haven't moved the green stalks off my deck. So we got to get to that, but great news. Great news. My husband cut down all of our fig bush. The fig bush has not been cut down in like 2 years. So every year we don't get figs to the end of the year. So last year we didn't even get any ripe figs before we got our first frost because they were still ripening. And I heard that you guys, need to cut them down because the old stems get in the way of the newer stems growing. So we cut all that down. So we'll see if we get any figs. But what's very awesome is the fact that my husband has also moved our kayak. So I have a 5x3, 5x4-ish space that if I haven't planned it. I have not planned an extra bed, but I could now for sure put that raised bed there and grow a couple more plants. He also carved out one of my the 5x3 we have that we planned for that new arch trellis, short arch trellis. That one, he already flattened the flooring, and then he's working on my 5x4 flat spacing as well. So we have that. I have also went ahead, my 20 bags of soil did get delivered. So I planted out about 50 onions already. Today is a little bit of like a foggy, rainy day. So I'm not doing anything on the garden today, but tomorrow it should be sunnier and go back up to the late 50s, early 60s. So I'll be out there again putting more soil down. I have like 2, 4, 6, 7, I have about 8 bags left. I got 20 bags of soil. I'm gonna need more. The good news is I filled up about 12 bags of my 20-gallon grow bags have been topped up, and 1, 2, 3 of my raised beds have also been topped up. I think I'm going to be a little stingy and take my behind to Costco. Costco has their really big bags of soil. They're okay. The soil is okay. It's okay. So I'm going to probably get 3 of those big bags, and the branches that we cut off of my fig tree, I'm going to have my husband chop them up smaller and put them at the base of the 5x3 and the 5x4 raised bed, and maybe the 2x3 raised bed, wooden raised bed. And then I'm going to get a couple wood chips. I'm trying not to spend more than $120 more on soil and all this stuff to fill these raised beds and grow bags and stuff like that. So all those cut up sticks will fill it up a little bit. And then the wood chips will fill it up too. And then the last like half I will fill up with the Costco soil and then top it off with my favorite soil, which is the Costa Maine raised bed soil mix. I love that one. So I want everything to have at least a little bit of it. So that makes me glad that most of my raised beds are good. My grow bags are good. I am going to fill up my primary goal tomorrow is going to be filling up the rest, like my empty grow bags that I didn't use to grow anything. I have to fill those up because I use that in my numbers for stuff I'm going to plant out. I'm going to. Because at the end of the day, yes, the soil did go a little lower, but I really could just put fertilizer in the rest of the raised beds that are already filled and keep it moving. You get what I'm saying? So just keep it's fertilized. So we're gonna do that. I wanna get the problem with the 5x4 raised bed. I'm not gonna get that to the end of April. So like literally right before I have to plant out my stuff, I'm going to have just be getting that. But I got it for like $135, and it's like I think it's a birdie's bed, and it's a larger one. So I can't complain too much because the prices. I just wanted to have one good, like really good raised bed. So, and then when it comes to the green stalks, I'm gonna just top them up with very little of the Costa Maine bag soil because you're just putting a little bit on there and then toss them some fertilizer, and I'm sure they'll be just fine. But that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Oh, sorry. So my Pizza by Hearts are also my smaller ones. Those are 3, but those will be going in my, probably only my green stalks. I do have 3 Lesia. I try to grow so many Lesias, and I still have Lesias over here, so hopefully they pop up. But as of right now, I have 3 Lesia and 3 Shishito, so those are also sweet. I'm now past my basic bare minimum of 25 sweet peppers. My candy cane chocolates, I have 2, and then that was it. Oh no, I have 2 Ozark Giants as well, excuse me. And that's kind of it in terms of my sweet peppers, which puts me at 5, 10, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, which puts me at 41 sweet peppers, which isn't terrible. Then I do have a good amount of spicy peppers. My Sugar Rush Peach Bells, I do have 2 as of right now. My Zabranche, I have 4. That was one of my best growing peppers last year. My Monkey Face was also another one, great one. I have 2. I don't think I'm going to put all 4 Zabranches out. We'll see. My Ragnaraks, I have 3. My Jay's Pink Black, I have 3. My Chocolate Hand Grenade, I have 1. My Jalapeno, I have 3. Swiss Chocolate, 2. Cayenne Peppers is 2. My Ajvarsky, I quite literally have 1 Ajvarsky. That's another sweet pepper, and I'm not sure what I did wrong with trying to start those. I would be in much more, I think, distress trying to think of if I had just started these at the end of March. I feel like a lot of people are starting things significantly later, but maybe my stuff died because it was too cold in my house. Like, we just don't know. Everything is kind of just like a work in progress. You get what I'm saying? I feel like I've been also hearing a lot of people online saying that they've been having struggles with their peppers. So I'm like, I wonder if it's the seeds. We'll never know at this point, which is part of the reason why you should just also try to save some of your own seeds, which I am most definitely, without a doubt, going to be doing this year. Saving some of the seeds. Like, I think the Marconis could be saved. The Gosias should be able to be saved. The Yellow Monsters. If I get any Ajvarsky peppers, I'll save those. My Lessias, I don't know why. I had a good amount of Lessia peppers, and I did not save any of those seeds, which is insane. My Jimmy Nardellos, my Arzak Giants, I'm going to try to save all those seeds. And we're not going to even get into tomatoes. I'm just going to try to save most of them. At least just a little bit. You know what I mean? If I could try to save like 10 seeds of all of these, or most of these, let's not go too far. Because some of these are hybrids as well. But yeah, let me know how you guys are doing in terms of the numbers that you needed. Do you have them? My greenhouses around my area are definitely ready. Like, they have flowers out. I saw some trees, as like bushes and stuff. I do need to go ahead and purchase a couple of bushes. I'm a little concerned in terms of fruit for this coming year with the way prices are jumping up. I don't know if my blueberry bush is gonna come back, and that makes me extremely sad. So I'm like, I want to have my end goal, not for this year, just end goal is to have basically 3 of everything. So bush-wise. So I want like 3 raspberry bushes, 3 blueberry bushes, 3 blackberry bushes. And then I need to buy this year, a secondary peach tree. You kind of want 2 of whatever fruit you want to grow, trees. So I have 1 peach tree, and it's already coming back to life. I'm seeing like little buds, which is very exciting. Very, very exciting. I am not really seeing much going on with my apple trees just yet. To be fair, I'm fairly certain your peach trees are more of like an end of the summer thing versus your apple trees are like a fall type of harvest. So I'm not stressing them just yet. And I don't think one of them is going to do really anything this year, but the other one should do a little something. Because I think we're going into we didn't buy them last year. Last year I bought 1. The year before that I bought another. So I'm like, I feel like we should get a little something, but we'll see how that goes. I just wanted to show me that it is living and I just don't have like a dead stick. Like, just chilling, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's that. Let's talk down in the comment section. Hope you see you in my next video. Bye bye.